Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode we beat the game. So in this episode I'm going to be going over some codexes. Maybe this will be the last episode as far as codexes go for now. But who knows. First things first though. I'm going to go to the War Council and assign some stuff out there. Because I'm pretty sure we still have some stuff to do there. Whoa! Chill. Okay, over here. Yeah! What'd we do? We destroyed the fortress, maybe? The Chargers were able to tear down what was left of Adamant Fortress. The demons could have been a problem, but the support forces Commander Colin dispatched kept them off our backs quite nicely. With extra time the Inquisition forces gave us, we were able to salvage a few interesting items from the wreckage of Adamant, including an old map of the surrounding area with grey wood and supply caches marked. Hopefully it will come in handy. Missy is classy. Okay. Inquisitor! Per information gleaned from the wreckage of Adamant Fortress, the Inquisition has learned of a cache of Grey Warden supplies hidden not far away. They placed such supplies to aid those fighting large numbers of Darkspawn without reinforcement. The Inquisition can make good use of them, Commander Cole. Small team could be in and out of the area. Yeah, go ahead. Wow, why does it take her 7 damn hours to do that? Whoa, wow. Alright, what's over here? Alfred and the crew. Yeah, Sutherland. A hastily scribbled letter from the quartermaster. While I would never question the wisdom of the Inquisitor in such a contentious time, if we are to insist on relying on mercenaries acting in our names, I would ask that they represent us properly. We can't be seen to employ the poorly equipped in the Inquisition. More exactly, I cannot. I humbly request permission to outfit the crew Sutherland leads. They represent us and they should reflect our influence. Take little to have them look like the hidden arm they could be.
The Chantry has yet to collapse on itself. That's something.
There will be guidance. No doubt Madame Vivienne will deliver edicts
well,
when
I'm gonna
she becomes divine.
Too bad.
Accept a mage.
Too fucking bad, because it's already happened. Liliana, go and do this.
Inquisitor.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? I don't think so. Might as well throw Josephine to do something, though. And gather some leather. Okay.
Inquisitor.
Right on! Stuff and things. See you guys later. Hopefully that's done quickly. Quickly. Alright. Let's read some codexes. Characters. Who have we yet? Read. Next Aramond. Start heading. Have I read this? I don't think I read this, so I'm gonna read it. Forward camp has been established in the furled hinterlands and suitable locations for other outposts have been identified. Progress into the area proceeded ahead of projected schedules, thanks to a local volunteer. For further details, read on. Slater was ambushed and overwhelmed by bandits and might have died if not for the timely intervention of Lace Hardy, who rescued Slater with 2 well-armed stones from his sling. The family of Mabari ran off the remaining 3 bandits, Harding and Contessa, the Mabari, escorted Slater back to the Ford camp, followed at a distance by the small herd of ambling sheep that belonged to a neighbor of the Harding family. Once there, she requested a map, which she proceeded to fill out with helpful details, most notably about bandit hideouts and ambush points. Map completed, Lace Harding took her sheep and returned home. We did not expect her to return the next morning, now outfitted with a small bow and leather jerkin, an absent 1 hound, and a herd of sheep. Maps are alright, but nothing beats a guide, she said. That was a week ago. She's still here. I took the liberty of offering her a position as scout. Yours truly. Right on. Solis. Okay, here's the addition. Inquisitor, despite my efforts, I have been unable to locate Solis. From the site of your battle with Corypheus, he was last seen headed west, still distraught over the destruction of the orc Corypheus carried. From there he disappeared, evading my people so easily and so completely that I am forced to wonder how much he knew about them. When Solis initially approached the Inquisition and offered aid, I questioned him extensively about his background and history. He was evasive, but he did give the name of the village where he grew up, noting that it was small, unlikely to appear on any map. hate losing loose ends, so I kept a few of my agents searching to verify his story. They recently located the village, or remains of it. It's a ruin, and it has been for centuries. Its name preserved only in degraded form in ancient Dementor mysteries. Whoever Solus truly is, wherever he came from, he has deceived us from the very start. I apologize for not investigating them more thoroughly while Solus was here. He was clearly helping us, and other matters were of greater urgency. But it was an oversight nevertheless. Given how little he shared with us, it is not clear what his plans are, if any, but I will continue to search. Liliana. Alright. I'm surprised they didn't add anything to that. So I don't know who I'm missing. That's lame. Crafting materials. I think it's actually the one I'm on right now. One I'm on. Amrita was a hedge mage, famed for her talent as a herbalist. She could brew filters to soothe every ache or ailment, even coax the ill back from the brink of death. As the word of Amrita's talents spread, she was made a target for capture. Amrita fled from them, refusing to go to a circle. The Templars took off in pursuit, dogging her steps until they came to the edge of the western approach. Knowing the Templars were less than a half a day behind her, Amrita forged ahead. When the Templars came to the edge of the desert, they stopped and turned back, believing that Amrita would be doomed to die in that sandblasted wilderness. But Amrita did not die. She crossed the wasteland on foot, living off the strange plants that grew there, finding water in the roots buried beneath the sand. On that long trek, Amrita discovered the herb known as Amrita vein. She brought it out of the desert with her and continued to study and cultivate it. Amrita's extensive writings about desert plants, including Amrita vein, eventually found their way to the White Spire, where it was decided that her contributions would earn her a degree of freedom. She was allowed to continue living as she desired, as long as she submitted to the heralding. An excerpt from the Botanical Compendium by Anais Oreska. Yay! Creatures. I'm still missing one name. Giant spider. I got damage increase. That's probably what all of this is anyway. All these updates. It's just like increases to crap yet. Damage increase. Damage increase. Damage increase. I knew it. I knew it. Oh wait. Maybe I didn't. What am I missing? Which one am I missing? Oh, number 28. What in the world could that be? Oh man, there. Number 17. Circle of Magi. The Circle of Magi was established centuries ago to protect us and protect those without magic from the things that we might do. No man in his right mind would disagree that these are noble goals. I refuse to believe that the Chantry intended the injustice and oppression we suffered in the intervening years. Segregation of mages from non-mages within Templar-guarded compounds was the best, possibly the only, option available. We have recently had to face the stark reality that the system failed us. The Circle of Magi and Ferelden's Kinloch Hold was one of the most liberally run, and even there we saw sedition and dissent, resulting in a failed revolt that nearly destroyed the entire tower. Perhaps stringency could work where leniency failed. I would present Kirkwall's gallows as evidence against such thinking. Knight Commander Meredith's spice grip on the Circle and her care backfired, leaving us where we are now. If the circles, no matter how they are managed, do not, perhaps cannot, function as intended, what is next? There are no easy answers, and the events of recent years have forced me to examine my views on freedom. As Equitarians, we have always advocated self-control and cooperation with the Chantry, but this approach may no longer serve. I must consider that our libertarian brothers and sisters had the right of it all along. Look at the strife and chaos that now consumes our world. Fighting for independence, for a better system, may not improve our situation, but it cannot make it any worse. Letter from the Senior Enchanter Warman Queen of Cumberland to a colleague dated 939 Dragon. Number 29. Oh, the Sentinel Elves. Awesome. Elves continue to attack. Our strongest words, our most cunning traps only slow them down. Yet they panic. Corypheus warned us that we would face the Sentinels of Nathalis Temple, and now we are at their doorstep. We have slain enough elves that they must know we will rip the Well of Sorrows from them. We must be the first true threat they have encountered since they began their long watch thousands of years ago. I expected these sentinels to fight as the Dalish do, but they are a magnitude more dangerous than their cousins. There is a magic about these elves that I have felt in only one other thing. The aura Corypheus carries with him. The flavor of their powers is all too similar. The Master must have suspicions, but has not shared them with me, promising all understanding when I become the vessel. For the knowledge in the temple, I believe him. But he has not yet forbidden me from making inquiries of my own. Burn this once you are done, and I prepare for instructions 1 week hence. By then, I will know enough to set you on the correct path. Encrypted letter from Calpurnia to her top operative, sent out before the Battle of the Arbor Wilds. Intercepted and decrypted by Liliana's spies. Schwed. Istra. Ancient Elven writing. Wow, what a great Codex entry. This Elven writing found in the Arbor Wilds is so old there seems to be no way to learn what it means. Fantastic. This Elven writing found in the Arbor Wilds is so old as to be incomprehensible. Okay, finally something. Lion of Orlais. As to your question regarding why a lion is considered to be the symbol of Orlais, particularly when the lion is a creature native to only Eastern Thedas, the answer is quite simple. It adorns the crest of the Valmonts. The family has ruled the Empire since the end of the Exalted Age, and in truth, it is the Valmonts which have come to represent Orlais. Before them, the Orlesian symbol was that of the descendants of Cordelis Draken, a dragon. As to why the lion adorns their crest, that dates back to the time of Lambert Valmont, a young captain of Orlais who distinguished himself at the Battle of Aisley, that great and infamous battle that ended the Fourth Blight. It is said that the young Valmont disregarded orders during the battle, taking his forces to relieve the Belaguerd, Antevans, and saving them from absolute destruction. Though his superiors were at first chagrined, chalking up the captain's actions to an infatuation with a certain Antevan camp follower, this incident was never been confirmed, it later came to the light that the Antevan force had been led by King Azar Aldeberto Campana himself. In the political realignment following the Blight's end, Antiva was an important ally to Orlais, and Lambert Valmont was an Antevan hero. He was given the hand of one of King Azar's daughters in marriage and elevated to noble rank, with a valiant lion to adorn his newly created heraldry. The Orlesian Emperor was forced to respond in kind, granting Valmont a marquisate. Making him a marquis, I don't know. Imagine, if you will, the hero returning to Valriel from the Blight, sporting a wife with royal blood and the honors of 2 nations. This is why jealous nobles called him the Swaggering Lion, a nickname he embraced. It was Lambert Valmont's son, Alphonse, who later led the Great Civil War against the usurper Xavier Draken. He killed Xavier in single combat, giving rise to the great Orlesian legend of the lion slaying the dragon, putting an end to the Draken dynasty, and he assumed the throne, and changing the Orlesian symbol forever. From a letter by Brother Genetivi, Prince Kaelin, Theron, and 20 Kaelin! Big Kaelin! Okay, I'm gonna have to read that. I'll make note. The Mason's Tales, Freed the Slave. So this is about the mosaic that I recovered. Okay. I think this one is called Freed Our Slaves, which is exactly the kind of saying words are meaning different things. Which is exactly the kind of saying words but meaning different things I expect from a Tevinter. Okay, so that's how it's... okay. There's lies in the carving too, but I'll come back to that. Subject aside, I like this. It's woman-like, but in a good dwarven way. It repeats because the carver knows what she's good at, so she does it again and again. Makes me think she has more than a passing knowledge of the stone. That said, there's 2 sets of hands involved. One old, one new. Take his Magister. He's glowing because he's fresh, newer. Same with his trophies flanking him, carved down from more complex figures. And the flat next to them seems plain, doesn't it? The bottom is filled with detail, but this is left an open field. No, that's just what it is now, but there's no shadows for a clever eye. What was here, if not the handsome Magister wanting his cod stuffed? Someone else instead of him and his friends, and 2 more figures on each side, 7 total. Only the top was changed. The Canary haven't even been touched. That's the old wear down there. When it was first done and hundreds of years later, the Canary prisoners still fit. I don't suppose it's for the same reasons. I can only say the what, not the why. I can guess that someone wanted to be a Devinter hero and paid to have their face carved on an antiquity. I mean, that's a crime against ancestors where I'm from, but I don't expect Devinters to obey due of an honor, or their own, really. They've been at war a long time, so I understand wanting to seem big. Orzamar's the same with Darkspawn, unfortunately. Still, shame to lose the original. Not for the Seven, for the Carver. Good work, this. Okay. Mason's Tale. The Mason's Tale's Invasion. This pretty collection is Invasion. Big claim for 7 people in one castle. Maybe dreams aren't as grand as Mage's claim. Flying looks fun, though. Like falling, but up. So not like falling up. It's 7 here, 7 Magisters. Only 5 detailed, but that's because 2 have been chipped away. Looks like vandals, done with a rock, not a chisel. Hard to come up with a reason to do it poorly like that except fear or lack of time. Maybe they had symbols different from the ones they left, because symbols are always making people angry enough to chip rock. So these 7 invade the Golden City. That's what it meant to be, because it's all fanciful. Needs stairs, if you ask me. Don't care if you can fly, stairs aren't just functional. They lead the eye and the ground of the structure. Here the sculptor hasn't just left any of them off. She's made the place too high. Anyone with a sense of stone will tell you that this place is coming down under its own weight. It's intentional, because it's a god's house, but I'm not sure what the style mishmash has to do with the wonder of that. If this were a real place from not long ago, you'd see only Deventer in the architecture. This looks like a typical post-Empire bluster, adding elven bits like they always owned it. That's an artist for you. Mason would have at least got it the right way around. Deventer Foundation with elven overlay, not muddled. Anyway, simple message. The Carver wants it known that mortals aren't supposed to be there. No stairs. That's funny. Mason's Tale. Sacrifice. From what I can figure, this one is called Sacrifice. I'll get back to that later, but by 2 sculptors, and I'll get back to that sooner. The sculptors have gone to the trouble of faces, I guess. She worked on some portraits, which means they were people who considered themselves important enough to need them. The scene is a classic example of don't do this because the sculptor hates them. It's in the way it's carved. All fast, hard edges. Uglier than they need to be. Even for your average Dementor, who, and this isn't just me mind, stands like a lanky vein of lyrium. But don't mistake that for sloppy carving. It's natural, practiced. The carver knows Dementor, but she is one, and it's self-fate, probably. And obvious enough, there's skulls all over, and 2 big and horned. That brings to mind your Canary. And fair enough, right? Dementors hate Canary and have ever since they showed up. No Magister wants his mouth contradicted, let alone stitched. So it makes sense they're there. Even that early, I suppose. Because this is probably that business of readying to invade the Fade, and the giants with horns are a good motivator to start and hurry up. Odd thing, though, is that those 2 are not the only Canary in the carving. The one in the middle was sculpted with horns, and someone has gone in later and shipped them off. You can tell by the surface of it. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. Seen it time and time again. Taste changes, and the ancestors' nudes are suddenly embarrassing. So in comes a new hand to paint on some clothes, and here judging by the marks to cut away horns and make the victim look human. Some proud new owner didn't want to throw it out of the antiquity, but also didn't want people to think that Grandmama had sliced up Canary. Looks like they didn't care if she kept their heads around, though. So, the Carvers both wanted to show Deventer being shits, but the later one didn't want to show what about. And that's usually to avoid blame or deny credit. Or to be an ass, I suppose. Alright. The Archdemon. Okay. I gather this one is titled The Archdemon. Not the 3 Archdemons, and I'll get back to that. Good construction here. A nice balanced carving. If you consider Deventers to have equal weight to the dragon's ass, not a bad comparison, you ask me. 7 Magisters, and some easy symmetry to give a host something they'd sound smart about after dinner. If I had to guess, they'd go on about how 4 lines and 4 Magisters are part of the dragon and favored. 2 lines are piercing it, so they do more damage than good, and 1, that big one farthest out, has missed the thing completely. If this was carved around the 3rd blade, that gets you 3 heads. Doesn't matter. Those are all shallow details. Probably followed by, and it speaks to me because my soul something regret whatever. Now the first thing those spits don't understand is that carving isn't just what you see. They've never made a physical thing, and don't know the how of it. Depth is all tricks and shadow and such. The actual cuts, only as deep as the sculptor wants. If you take a flat edge to this thing, what she wanted is strange. Because what I'm thinking is that this one, Archdemon, and the 3 heads are the reaction to the 3 lines. Because piercing line 1 is on the same tier as the Deventer's 2nd from left. and the middle head turned away. Piercing line 2 is the same tier as the Devinter 5th from left, and the first head turned away. And the line that misses, that's the same tier as the big Devinter, farthest out, and the dragon is looking straight at him. So the ones who did the damage, the dragon doesn't care. The one who faked it, the dragon gives him an eyeful. Now, add to that, artists like to hit big targets, but this carving has no faces. If she wanted to carve specific people, they'd be there. She has that skill. So what if she's not after the Magister, she's carved Devinter itself? We've got 4 ages of the Empire where they're part of the dragon, 2 where they damage it, and 1 where they miss the point entirely and it gets them eaten. Think about it too much, and I bet you could come up with 5 different ways to match their calendar, including your favorite aunt's birthday. So there you go. That's how you go from balanced to not invited next time at my house anymore. Oh my goodness. Mason sails the fog. Now here is a happy study. The fall. And a face that says, why did we try to go where there were no stairs? Because you go into an impossible building like that. You're coming out on fire, and then it will flip or something. I still did not see the appeal of dreams. So, the 7 Magisters entered, and they came out blinded. I'm not sure which way is up. I'll pass that off to the sculptor trying to represent madness. I mean, towers here, upended over there. You know what kind of force it would take to flip that much stone? It'd do more than burn your beard. Here's something interesting, though. You've got a hint of pigment and leaf causing some sheen, but there's meant to be more. All of these were painted and repainted at some point, to match whatever Lord's 3-holer. But there's a type of finishing that you can do, a very fine and time-consuming pass that begins the surface. Do it right, you can get stone as smooth as glass. And that tower and Beardy's skull are meant to have it, but only a little is to present on the others. So the first time this carving was wheeled out, it would have looked like Beardy was the target. So maybe he was the first in the door, and the light, it burns him and spreads to the others. And the polish or leaf would have caught the light like a mirror and caused the viewer to squint. They'd have to look down or away, joining the Magisters in their punishment. Makes them feel part of it. That's what I figure anyway. It would sure keep the children out of the feast hall. Right? 8-6. Ooh. Did I read that? I don't know if I read this. I'm going to read it because I don't think I read it. Twins in Shadow. Dethalman and Falandine are linked in Dalish legend as inseparable as twin brothers. Scraps of elven stories from after the fall of Arlothan, transcribed into Devinter and recently lent to our fair university, refer to them as twin souls, but draw no family connection. The oldest stories never even named them directly, referring to Falandine as Dethalman's shadow and Dethalman as Falandine's reflection. The little we understand implies their bond was not romantic, beyond even the strongest friendship. The legends of Dethalman and Falandine may have been an allegory for complex elven relationships we lack context to comprehend. From the treaty of the pagan and heretical customs into the elven by Sinalin Tavernier of the University of Ordo. Written by Empress Celine. Oh great. Unreadable elven writing, Veilfire writing from the ruin of the Arbor Wilds. The script is so ancient it defies translation. Defies it? Untranslatable elven writing again. This Veilfire script was hidden in the Arbor Wilds. It's so old it cannot be translated into any known language. Okay. Okay. Dew upon all the world, and so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for its fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle for Entities 8:13. That is the beginning scene to Dragon Age Origins, where they talk about the Magisters entering the golden city and causing the first blight. There's very little in the infamous 13th verse that you can take literally. It speaks in the voice of the Maker himself. Since he has never deigned to speak to his children directly, we can rest assured it is a work of fiction. There are facts, however, which support it, at least in part. Records are made from the time prior to the First Blight, saying that yes, 7 Magisters did open a portal to enter the Fade physically. These 7, whose true names we have lost either to legend or deliberate obscurement, did so at the behest of the old gods, who whispered from their ancient prisons. We also know that the Golden City, visible from every part of the Fade by any mage at the time, turned black as night the moment these 7 breached its gates. Everything else, the accusations of sin, the suggestion that these 7 became the first Darkspawn, that they were directly responsible for the blights to come, all of that is conjecture. From the questioning the chant by Magister Vibius Agorian. Yeah, that's conjecture after what I've been through. What did I miss? Oh. Dwarven inscription, The sun burned above oceans of sand, burning the sand with stone strong and true. Farewell hewed the stone and built as great as any tide in the deep, and with the sun's help he ensured the tide prospered and grew. Farewell, Paragon fled from the strife his brilliance created, the strife that destroyed tide, sundered houses from weapons that clan used against clan. God damn it. Oh, where is that? Okay. His own clan and his 2 sons followed Farewell to the pitiless surface, the surface where they would hide from the war that took their home. After many years, Farewell, greatest of paragons, could not bear life's burden, and with a burden growing, he called his sons to his bedside. He bade each son swear he would take care of his brother, and the brothers swore and mourned when their father returned to the stone. Farewell's sons built great monuments to their father, locking away his great works, and worked together for a time side by side. Each ruled half the tide, but each ruled differently. They argued, and heated words made the brothers duel, and where one brother fell, the other raised bloody axe in hand alone. This is the tale of Farewell, paragon among paragons, father of 2 sons, who against their father's wishes fought for foolish words and foolish pride. For pride these halls were made, to honor father's deeds and grieve his loss. For loss these halls were made, to honor a brother mourned. Father taken by time, a brother dead by my own hand. With this work behold my grief in stone and shifting sand. That was a poem. Alright, let's learn about some magic. 17? Gosh, these cards are so bright it's hard to see which ones I've unlocked. Alright, the Tranquil. Although apprentices do not know the nature of the heroine, all of them understand its consequences. They either pass and become full mages, or they are never seen again. Those who fear to undertake this rite of passage, and those who are deemed too weak or unstable, are given the right to tranquility instead. The actual procedure, like the heroine, is secret. The results are just as well known. Bright severs connection to the fade. The tranquil, therefore, do not dream. This removes the greatest danger that threatens a weak or unprepared mage, the potential to attract demons across the veil. For this is the least of tranquility's effects. For the absence of dreams brings with it the end of all magical ability, as well as all emotion. The tranquil, ironically, resembles sleepwalkers, never entirely awake nor asleep. They are still part of our circle, however, and some might say they are the most critical part. They have incredible powers of concentration, for it is simply impossible to distract a tranquil mage, and this makes them capable of becoming craftsmen of such skill that they rival even the adeptness of the dwarves. The Four Mare, the branch of the circle devoted to item enchantment, is made up exclusively of tranquil, and this is the source of all the wealth that sustains our towers. From now on, tranquility and the role of the fade in human society by first enchanter Josephus. No. Places! The Arbor Wilds. Crucius. I once looked to the elves for guidance, the day that shone the Arbor Wilds, when the people who would start a war over a single crumbling wall ignore a large elven ruin to the south that bodes disaster. There is beauty and curiosity in the forests, such as trees that rise tall as towers, those who travel too deep into them never return. You asked if I could identify the elven architecture from the few existing sketches over the outer ruins. They have curious similarities to the stonework found in Arlathon, so I would guess it likely an old elven temple dating 200-300 years before the Imperium. Anything else is conjecture, but I fear will spurn Huon this fall. A letter from the scholar of Venture Imperium to Magister Crucius, a mage of high standing who led the Doom expedition into the Arbor Wilds a year afterwards. Okay, what's else? What's else? Ooh. This. No. I want to show image. That's Xenon's picture! That's what the other picture's about. Okay, let's read about that. Okay. It is a myth, of course, nothing more. Tales of a mysterious underground shop run by an immortal, perhaps undead, proprietor who peddles impossible and implausible goods have circulated for decades among the Templars. Now and then, a zealous or curious knight will go looking for the place to no avail. Stories place the Black Emporium in Kirkwall's Darktown, the sewers of Valrayo, in the back of an empty boathouse in Lomarin, at the top of a tower in Monaspel, and hidden beneath the skirts of the giant statue of Andraste at the Meridian. No reputable sources have ever found it, and none ever will because it does not exist. You will, of course, hear the standard justification. It appears only to the worthy. It appears only to the invited. It is hidden by blood magic. It exists only in the fade. Rubbish. There is no magic that can hide an entire shop full of trinkets from the eyes of a seeker of truth. And I'm not just saying that because I searched for 6 months and didn't find it. Shut up, Tristan. From a letter by Secret Benedict to Divine Justinian. V. The 5th. God damn you. Okay. Forbidden Oasis. I met Bayard. Okay. I met Bayard and Valferman. From whatever. From here we will travel with the miners to the western approach. I already missed the sound of your voice, but the contract they offered will provide for us. And what is a year if I know you're waiting at the end of it? Bayard says the miners call the place the Forbidden Oasis. I feared perhaps the water was poisonous. You hear of such things, or that the area was home to one of the beasts in Joachim's books. Joachim's, I don't know. Bayard simply laughed and told me not to worry so much. When I asked how the oasis earned its dramatic name, Bayard replied, "Don't ask about the door." Excerpt from a letter written by Saul Didot to his wife Lynette, dated 938 Dragon. No further correspondence was sent. Okay. Hissing Wastes. Felicity, you're chasing nonsense. Even if there were an old city buried beneath the hissing wastes, what makes you think the university would send you there and the chance to dig up an interesting slab of rubble? I skirted the edge of it once. If the wildlife isn't venomous, it's filled with fangs. The days bake, the nights freeze, and the only other souls you meet have even worse reasons for being there than you do. I haven't even mentioned that dragons like to nest in the rocks. Ask Alphonse how he got the scar on his arm, he'll tell you. Leave that desert to the treasure hunters, my dear. Our empire is full of ruins. Let us find one warm, hospitable climate, such as Montsemart in the spring. Letter from a third-year university student, Valeria, to your younger sister. Really? You know what? I'm guessing that I haven't read this one. Once again, Genetini is completely at odds with reality. Ancient elven temples were no simple shrines. Extensive digging shows that buildings radiated out of the main edifice, much like a city wrapped around a palace. Indeed, these temple complexes must have been cities once, with a veritable army of functionaries running them. Each cult had different rituals, ablutions, and prayers to their chosen patron that ran all hours of the day. The time and effort devoted to them must have been staggering. Perhaps it's best we've lost that knowledge of these pagan rites. The deities that these old elves worshipped, if they existed at all, were clearly demons masquerading as high powers. One shudders to think of what went on before their thrones. From an essay by Atronus of Antiva, scholar and naturalist to the Antivan Lord Park. Right, Tails. Samson's tale. Samson, Templar fame, raised your shield of shame. Samson's letter cut, left unfought to fame. Armor laced with blood shall reclaim his name. Samson's broken heart shall revoke his claim. Samson, knight in red, he hath lost his way. Samson, martyr rage, soon the world will pay. Lord Meriden. I like that name, Meriden. It's cute. Alright, got any others? Got any other tales for me? Tales for me. Really? What is this? I'm gonna go to number 1. I think these tales don't tell me if I've read them or not. I think I've read all these songs, though, I'll be honest. Alright. Oh my god. It's huge. It's huge. I probably have read that one. I don't know. Maybe. It seems ridiculous. Fontant correspondent. Fontant correspondent. I did read that one. Well, they're telling me I did read them. Whatever, maybe I'll do a separate video where I just do all the tales. And that won't even be a part of a lesson. Maybe I'll just do a tale video. But I don't know where I'm gonna go. Whoa! Okay. Codexes are updated. They're ready to report in? I'm ready to report in. Now I just have to wait for Colin, right? Oh, calm down. Alright, this one right here, I saw. Oh. I got some velveteen and some marine velvet. Yay! I don't even need a craft, but I got some. Hey. Note from the quartermaster. Thank you for the indulgence. I have outfitted Sutherland and a small crew and equipment more appropriate to agents of the Inquisition. Given their humble origins, it is doubtful they have ever seen the like. Sir Morris. Yay! I'm gonna go see Sutherland to see how things are kicking around. See how things are kicking. Let's see if any good has happened. See if he's wearing some cool clothes because I gave him some. Oh my gosh, I had a hiccup. I better not have another one. Or a set of them. I'll be upset. Sutherland! These are my things. So these are the pictures they're talking about. They're kind of hard to look at, man. But I don't have a flight cam on here. Oh god. The lighting is just not favorable in here. No good. It's no good lighting. Hey guys, if you know a book merchant who sells all the codexes, you guys should let me know. But creme. Can you do anything else?
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it
Hey.
a dozen times.
Nice,
job
can
with the
we use
demons,
you?
by the way.
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
A few Orlesian nobles didn't like how things ended at the Winter Palace. They're not rebelling outright, but they've brought in mercenary companies in preparation. The Chargers have a good reputation. If we go in, we can buy the companies out from underneath them. The nobles will lose the men they meant for causing trouble, and the Inquisition gets some fresh blood.
I will do that.
We'll talk
This is an
later.
operation game now. Nice! I'm glad you like it.
I have serious bard gear.
Who's talking right now, her?
Best.
Wow. And you're
Nice.
great in it. You too, Voth. I can't
You guys
wait
are
for the next
cool.
job.
Hey, can I talk to you though?
Inquisitor, Iskir's the best. I never thought, well, we'll be worse. I swear.
Sweet. New operations, let's go. Time for them to go on operations.
It's good to see you.
Yeah. I want to try to get this string of operations done in this video. Because as far as I know, they're pretty much the only ones I have to do. Because I want this playthrough to feel completed,
Inquisitor?
and I don't want to have to be stringing along stuff while I'm trying to do the other one and other playthroughs and stuff like that. So, I'm going to try to get everything done here. Until, like, DLC comes out and stuff, of course. You know what I mean. You know. Alright. Alright, we're top done. I'm glad I didn't send them anywhere. Here we go. What is this? What's the Wawa? Test the metal of the crew. A report sealed with the mark of the Minor Lord. It is irrelevant who noticed the Darkspawn, your worship. Such pockets are uncommon. Are not uncommon. We understand that you cannot allow such things on trade.
If you squint, Lake Callan had
You're
shaped
fun.
like a bunny.
Perhaps we should take a...
Oh, I think
Yeah,
I
you guys
see
probably
it.
take a break. A bunny? Okay, we understand that you cannot allow such things on trade routes you wish to exploit. Unfortunately, we cannot allow external forces to cross our holdings. Instead, we request sanction to act under your banner. It is a risk we are prepared to take because of such partnership, and it is the expected and the expected increase in status will be profitable. In return, we will promise resources, but we remain committed to merely observing your greater struggle. I trust you understand. Lord Pressman to Alice. A note by Colin added below the report. Brought to our attention by Sutherland and his crew. Charming. A holdout over negotiations. This offer comes with caveats. But it's valuable. Shut
You've
up!
styled your hair that way for ages now, Leliana. Why don't we
Burn.
do something new with it? I'm used to the way it is. What about our
Ooh.
commander? He does something with his hair already. Oh, it does
Yeah.
look very nice today.
I don't
You mean it
How
just
does it
gets
do it?
that way on its own?
What do you think of it?
entirely.
Answer with a small group and give this fool no reason to posture. Sutherland and his crew will serve. Screw it. Go ahead, Josie. Or not Josie, Lily. Lily. Inquisitor, if you believe it would be helpful, I would be pleased to take the Bull's charges into Orlais to meet with the mercenaries currently serving the Legion nobles who wish to rebel. I will place word from one professional to another could pull the teeth from the enemy and bolster the Inquisition ranks. Lieutenant Crimisis Class. While the charges lean on the mercenaries, I can lean on the nobles. Between us, we can subvert any possible rebels. A few drops of poison in the right wine glass, and some of these mercenaries will be looking for a new employer. Hell no, let Josie do it.
At your service.
Alright. Time to go manipulate time and space through the Xbox. I'll be back in a second. Alright, something happened. Now we're in the war room. And we're not supposed to be in the war room. And the table isn't even a table, guys. It's just there. Look at that big tree. This is so confusing. I'm not supposed to be in here running around. And yet when I loaded my game, this is where I was. This is so weird. I can't even look outside. I jump out a window. I'm gonna go through. Everything in here is fake. I could just walk through everything. Ugh. Can I summon the War Council? Thank you. That was really weird. I'm gonna go inside the room that I was just in. That was so weird. Okay. Let's see what we got here. The Great Wooden Supply Cache gave us some excellent equipment useful to any military force. It also included several rare designs not seen for hundreds of years. This should serve us well when the fights come. I didn't even get anything from that. What is he talking about?
Do you ever wonder what lies at the edges of the map?
Yes.
Past the seas?
Yes.
No.
I think we have enough to worry about on this continent.
Worry about
Of
this.
course, but
I get it. Oh, I didn't read that shit. God damn it. Southern and his company dealt with the Darkspawn threat. Lord Irrelevant paid no attention to them. I believe he was expecting a larger force he could posture against. Not young adventurers. Such a shame to disappoint him. Meet Orlesian mercenaries. The Bull's charges met with several mercenary bands. Most were willing to break their contracts. Your ambassador must have loosened the nobles up. Some just need an excuse to bow out of any potential rebellion. The Orlesian nobles on our side were grateful to us for weakening their enemies. That gratitude should soon fill the Inquisition's coffers. Lieutenant Crimisis Eclipse. Alright, there's something else I can do now. Inquisitor, thanks to the efforts of the Bull's chargers, Orlesian nobility is most receptive to our efforts. Now would be an ideal time to press them for more support. Hey, you shush.
you're doing it again.
Huh?
Oh, I do apologize.
Yeah, stop it.
Now that's gonna be in my head all day.
Yeah. I know which nobles are willing to help us and how far they can be pushed. Okay.
Let us begin.
'Cause that's not going to take 7 hours. I'll let Josephine do it. Alright, let's go talk to Sutherland to see if he has something new. Something new. Do. Hop. Open! I did that operation. By the way, excuse me. Jeez, those people. Alright, Sutherland. No one talk to me because it's fake. No one can... I can't even talk to Colin, who I romanced. Technically, I don't believe it anymore. I can't talk to him.
I know.
Hey.
Then you were off the walls.
I'm talking to you. I'm trying to talk to you.
I got him around the side.
You were very dashing. Cleaved him good.
Couldn't let him get near you. Either of you. We're a team. Better, we're an adventuring company.
Yeah.
Hot shit, we're a company.
Hot shit. Hot shit.
Inquisitor, you should have seen it. Darkspawn. We
Darkspawn.
put your flag in the center of their
That's
bloody
what he
hair and held
said.
it.
Isn't he good? He's very...
Oh my god, get married already.
You are better than good. We'll prove we're an adventuring company of the Inquisition.
Nice.
Your company, Inquisitor. I said I'd pay you back, and I will.
Yay! Oh, no. I gotta go put you back to work. You guys ready? You ready? Okay. Oh god. That was weird. Back to the water. How did I end up in there? That's so weird. It happened. That's me! What of it? What about me? Alright, water balloon. Summon. Summon. Jeez, door. Big door making big door sounds. Alright. Where's the Sutherland's company thing at? Not over here, must be in our way. Woo! It's all over there. Crew of ambassadors. A report in Colin's hand. A request worth considering. Using a smaller focus group for patrols has allowed a presence in areas where soldiers would intimidate diplomats are looked on with suspicion. Sutherland and his group apparently crossed paths with an unusual dwarven work detail, and now we have an unexpected opportunity. An outreach to the mining cast of Orzammar. They're asking for help finding a lost expedition of drifters and offering sizable rewards. Specifically requested was the company that showed you're not all sky mad. Targeted help, but no interference. A small group in the deep roads can do great things. We'll secure enough the surrounding area to ensure that they can proceed without distraction. Let Colin do it since it's shorter. Alright, to work. I'll meet you guys back again when these quests are done. Later. Go back to the war room and redo. See what's going on. Redo. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just see what's going on. Okay? Okay. Something. What's up, friends? Oh, loss. Okay, Sutherland and Company returned with a sizable resources, a cadre of support personnel, and promises of future trade with the mining cast directly, their ambassadors, whether intended or not. Yay! No. Okay. The Orlesian nobles were most happy to pledge their loyalty to both the throne and the Inquisition. Their generosity is matched only by their desire to avoid the same unpleasantness that took place at the Winter Palace. Ambassador Montelier! Okay. Well, let's go talk to Sutherland and Krem and see if there's anything else they have to add to these. Whoa. Wow! I didn't see that operation. Where's said operation? Must be on another side of the map. Yep, it's over here. Okay. A report in Liliana's hands. Sutherland's company have made a request for further expeditions to bolster Inquisition coffers. He seems driven to match the investment made in the group thus far. The goal is rambling, but has potential. A small group is certainly better suited to ferreting out whether the misplaced city, horror-filled tomb, or borderland keep he's looking to scout. They'll have the contacts to do the work they're good at. Passage where they need it, the rest is rightfully up to them. Commit to recovery, best let them work now. Not get soldiers in the way. Here, Liliana. Alright. Well, I guess while that's happening, we can go talk to Krem and see if there's anything else. Creme de la creme. Alright. Can I get there faster? They're fast travel. It kind of is. How fast does that take us though? It's aight. It's aight. Excuse me, dog. God, this guy. Why are you right there? Crab!
Your worship?
Anything new to do?
Suitable for the judges.
Most of our people were at the Temple of Mythal.
Uh-huh.
I've still got a few though. Men who are recovering from wounds. I can send them around to rattle swords, wave flags, and look a lot larger than they are. It'll mess with enemy estimates of our numbers, so no one thinks Skyhold is undermanned. Okay. Inflate the Inquisition numbers. Sounds good. Alright, Sutherland's not even here. Can I go back to the throne room? Is there a fast travel to that area? Nah, I guess this is the best I can do.
It's the best I can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Thanks for letting me be a part of that loading screen. That was fun. Alright, I'm gonna go through here. And assign another Retabla. Alright. Come on, saunter your way over here. So I can make a decision. Inquisitor, with most of our forces still returning from the Temple of Mythal, it is important that our enemy not suspect the weakness of our current state. I can take some of the charges on patrol in the Inquisition uniforms and create enough of a disturbance to give enemy scouts the impression of a much larger Inquisition force. Lieutenant Chronicius Aclassia. As scouts have done similar work, they may even be able to ambush enemy forces. It's a good idea. We don't have the manpower to do much more at the moment. Let him do it. Fine. Because I already said Liliana had something, so there you go. Alright. Meet you guys back when these are done. These are quite the arcs, don't you think? Quite the arcs. Indeed. Once again, let's check our War Council progression with Sutherland and Crumb. See what's going on. Come on, come on. Bear fruit for me. Wonder how many more quests we have. Men lit extra campfires, marched with rattles on their boots, and used a few other tricks to inflate our apparent numbers. We encountered no hostile forces beyond wildlife, but there are quite a few enemy scouts in the area. They should see the Inquisition as a threat. Lieutenant Chronicius Aclassia. Okay, another delivery from the travels of Sutherland's company. The group may not be the minds and heads of the state, but they've certainly brought word of the Inquisition to any number of people. Okay, thanks. I know how to read. Alright, let's go talk to Crumb and Sutherland again, see if there's anything else I can help them with. I'm kind of disappointed I forgot to talk to them more directly throughout the story, and that I'm having to do it now. But, you know, that's my bad, so... You know what? I forgot I can do this. I can do things like that. And make me fast. And a travel bug. Yay. I need the ability to go through walls now. Whoa, my god! Why is there always someone sitting in front of the door like that? I can never get by.
Inquisitor?
Hey, Crab. Anything else that you guys can do?
Any other tasks suitable for the judges?
Nothing jumps out at me.
Really?
Come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
I guess Crem is done.
We'll talk later.
He is laying down his sword.
Oh, Pebbles.
Oh shit,
Who
what's
do I
up?
talk to? It's
Hey.
so high here.
What, Rat, hey.
Oh, Your Worship. I'm with Sutherland.
Uh-huh.
I'm Rat, his squire.
What a nice
Forgive
name.
me. I'm not used to being this high up.
It's pretty
I'm
high.
following, and they were taken. They
Huh?
said to come here with a map if there was trouble. That you would help.
I
They
will
said
help.
you're a great woman.
I'm
leader.
a great woman. I'm a,
You'll help,
yes.
right?
I will.
Because I don't know what to do.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's so hard to breathe up here. I did
Well,
what
I didn't get an operation.